So, did you both write out what you feel like you need to say?
Yep.
Okay. So what I think we should spend this session on today is just getting some of this stuff out in the open, talking it through, and then seeing what we can do about it.
Sounds great.
Sure.
And we're fine starting the session off with this? Is there anything either of you would like to say beforehand?
I don't have anything.
All right. So I will direct each letter to the person to whom it's written. That way, you can focus on what instead of how it's being said. And then we'll just go from there, okay?
Perfect.
And I guess we'll start off with Sam's letter to Katie. Okay. Dear Katie, I'm glad Dr. Speel mandated that I can't just list all the things about you that I have been struggling with lately, because frankly, with the world teetering into oblivion due to mass deforestation and climate change, I don't think we could spare the paper. What I'd like to mention specifically, though, is how you seem to get off on making me jealous. Despite the numerous conversations you and I have had about what makes me uncomfortable in your interactions with other men, you continue to laugh at their jokes and bat your eyes at them, and at this point, I'm not sure why you don't just suck their giant fucking dicks in front of me. I have to assume you enjoy hurting me, and that your constant and casual wounding of my pride is the only purpose you have recently been giving your sad and pathetic life. I look forward to our 1 millionth conversation about this, as I'm sure it comes with the consolation prize of me finally bashing your fucking skull in. Love, Sam. Okay. Katie, before I read your letter, is there one thing, just one thing, that you'd like to say to Sam?
I think you should just read my letter.
Okay. Dear Sam, when we began our relationship, I knew that things would be rocky when I informed you that I was bisexual, and you proceeded to tell me that I was not, because I had not had sex with another woman. This was something that genuinely bothered me, but instead of running away, I stayed because you gave me attention I had been missing for quite some time. That we have somehow managed to date for 3 years and you have only steadily grown more inhuman is only shocking in comparison to how you have never once caught me eating out a random girl I brought home, despite the near hundreds of times I have done this. And please know, I almost always do this entirely out of spite. This is not my normal philosophy when it comes to relationships, as I have always been happily monogamous before you, but you have weathered me over the years with constant and dehumanizing displays of public humiliation, a complete lack of interest in my hobbies, and a plethora of political opinions I can only consider grossly and hilariously impractical, as they only serve in a capital interest the kind of man you will never be, with the kind of power you will never have.
What the?
In that sense, you enjoy being lied to, and I feel obliged to bring that philosophy into our romantic life, more as a service to you and your dispositions than anything else. Further, my propensity for affairs is due to your emotional manipulation and penchant for threatening suicide every time I try to leave you. Despite how much I loathe you, I do not wish for you to take your own life, partly because I believe you have a life worth living, though it should not be lived with me, and partly because I have not yet figured out how to get away with your murder in the cruel means for which I have been plotting for weeks. To say that you are a reprehensible person is not something to which you would take offense, only furthering the statement, as you seem to believe living shamelessly is a matter of personal pride rather than a complete lack of character. Alas, I will continue to wound you by pleasuring myself the only way I have been able to since your original proposition of a relationship, by rubbing the clitoris you cannot find against the various tongues of women who laugh at you behind your back. Love, Katie. Sam, would you like to say anything? Sam?
No.
would actually like to say something if I could, because I feel very blindsided, I think, by Sam's letter. Do you mind if I see it for a second? So, I didn't think that you paid any kind of intimate attention to me at all whatsoever, like to the point that I wonder if you knew me in even the slightest, but here, where you said, I have to assume you enjoy hurting me, and that your constant and casual wounding of my pride is the only purpose you have recently been giving your sad and pathetic life. I'm a little bit speechless. Because you have just genuinely nailed me down. That was incisive. I mean, you really, wow. I feel in that sense actually quite seen and witnessed, listened to. I just really want to sincerely thank you for having that kind of awareness.
You're welcome.
I think this is really good. I think this exercise is actually going to get us somewhere.
In my professional opinion, neither of you are qualified to be in a relationship with probably any human person. Now, this is a difficult resolution to come to 6 sessions in, but let's just get some thoughts onto the floor. Sam.
I feel like I've wasted the last 3 years of my life.
Katie?
I did feel that, actually, for the first 6 months. But the rest of it, while trying and obviously absolutely miserable, have been, I think, well worth my time in a certain way.
Don't you understand how cruel that is?
Yes. But I think we're both needlessly cruel. And, for me, that has actually been, fine. Yeah, I think fine is what I want to say. Because I certainly wouldn't do this to anybody else.
Did you ever love me?
No. No. And, I don't think you ever loved me.
I did love you.
No. You enjoyed control.
I love control.
You do. I think you need it. I think you are one of those people who just needs to have like a holographic girlfriend. And that's fine. We should destigmatize that, because truly not everybody needs to have a living, breathing human partner, because you certainly shouldn't be allowed near people in a romantic sense.
I feel like I should be insulted.
I'm genuinely not trying to insult you. I just don't think that you should be near real life women.
Well, that's the thing, is that I feel like I should be insulted, but also I think I understand your point. I do have a control problem. And that's clearly something other men have as well. You'd say that, wouldn't you, Dr. Speel?
Yes.
And I've tried to work on that. To recognize others' agency and such, it just doesn't fit or work with me,
Right.
It's just not me. For me, you gotta be...
Beck and call.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beck and call. So, like, I'm mad.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm upset, because clearly what I had didn't and couldn't make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
But we should move on.
Yes.
And maybe I can focus my energies on what you said.
Holographic girlfriend. They're all over the internet. You can even get married to them.
Oh, it's amazing.
In Japan.
Huh. Well, Dr. Speel, thank you for your help in these sessions.
Of course.
I think we're gonna break up and just kind of go from there.
Seriously?
Yeah. Dr. Speel, thank you so much for all your help. Really. Oh, so good.
okay,